First off, I want to thank XMartial for decking me out in this comic book strip outfit. Absolutely love it. I have a link in the description. Use my promo code Gabriel Varga to save 10% on any purchases. Now we are talking about the importance of being able to take this leg, lift it up, ideally beyond hip level and up to head level, and just stall it out there. Most people would go, oh, that's just a ballerina move. It's not important to be able to execute an actual kick. I disagree. I think it helps with control, with placement, and getting snap down, all of which helps your kick, but also keeps your sparring partners safe. So let's follow along and get some training in today to make those high kicks so much more awesome. If you've been struggling with the confidence of your high kicks, I'm going to show you two things today. Number one, a whole routine that we can follow along with. But number two, we're going to be looking at the most common error that people make when executing a high kick that stop them from being able to just get that leg right up there. Both of these are equally important, and they're going to help your skill set just improve so much. If you're wanting to take those skills to the next level, make sure you check out my Strike Ready courses, which right now are 66% off for the July 4th sale. Offense course, defense course, both have over 20 videos, and it's exactly the training methods that I use, the techniques I use, the mindset that I use to win all these belts behind me. Check out, link in the description down there, Strike Ready Combat, my two awesome courses. Now the first thing you might have noticed is I'm wearing ankle weights today. Do I normally do this when I do this type of training? Absolutely not. First time I've ever done it, but I wanted a bit of an extra challenge today and just made it a little bit more apparent that if I can do it with leg weights on, you guys are definitely capable of getting that leg up there without weight and working on improving the strength through there. Now many people go, okay, I can't lift this leg up there. It's just not possible. And they think it's a lack of flexibility, especially when throwing a high kick. They're like, no, I can't kick that high because I can't do a full split. But the two are not really locked in with each other. I know many people who can only go about this far in a split, but you can still do a head kick. Because let's look at how wide my legs are. And now let's look at how wide my legs are to get up to head level. It's pretty darn close. So as long as you can get your legs out and get to about here, which is a pretty lame split, when a lot of people in martial arts can get more like this or really low, but as long as you can get up here, you're going to be fine on your head kicks. As long as you are not making this mistake, which I'm going to show you right now. The most common mistake when trying to execute a high kick. And we need to have this locked in before we start our other drilling. The tip here is if I'm kicking with my right leg, my right hip needs to go in front, obviously. I can't keep my right hip back and try to kick with my right leg. But what a lot of people do incorrectly is they go, okay, right hip's in front, but they forget to rotate their body in the correct direction. So they end up doing this. That's left shoulder in front as the right hip goes in front. So they're almost cross. And now from there, even somebody like myself who has pretty good control and flexibility through my legs, I can still get it up there, but there's no follow through, all right? When we kick, our hips and our shoulders should almost stay connected. If my hip moves, my shoulder moves. Same thing on the other side. See how they move together as I throw my kicks. And now this is going to allow you to have that freedom to lift this leg up, not feel like, oh, I'm really torqued in the midsection, and now my flexibility through my groin and my hips is very restricted. So right hip in front, right shoulder in front, if I'm kicking with my right leg, and then I can just work, this is my low kick height, this is my hip level height, and that's my high kick height. That's all we need right there. Now let's go through some actual training for these muscles. It's not about the flexibility now, it's about that ability to lift and control the leg. And you should be able to do this for 30 seconds. If you can't do it for 30 seconds, you need to work on this actively. When you're walking around the house, when you're brushing your teeth, brush your teeth, right? Doing that for 30 seconds anyway. Put your hand on the counter if you need it and you don't want to actually actively work on your balance. Put your hand there, brush your teeth, and up for 30 seconds. So let's do each leg for 30 seconds right now, and then I'll give you some additional tips on how to train this to get better. Here we go. And up, 2, 3, 4. Always trying to get right around hip level, if not higher. 8, 9, 10. 1, see how my shoulders and my hips are lined up. I'm not pulling my shoulders back, which would make it very, very awkward. 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's a little bit of muscle fatigue in there for me, but I've seen many people at hip level who are dying, absolutely dying. If you have not opened your pivot up all the way, that means basically your foot or your toes facing back towards the counter or whatever surface you're using to balance, then you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle a lot. Like this is very awkward. So open that hip up, as you should be doing anyway when you throw a round kick. Let's do the other leg. I'm gonna do it without balance this time, or assisted balance, and this is something that you can build up to, right? Hand off. That's gonna help your kick placement so much, because if you decide to do a slow one, you know, you're going with a beginner and you're kind of like, oh, okay, you can control that to the max when you have balance. All right, other side, up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Much harder like this because this leg is really having to work to stabilize. This one starts shaking a little bit more as a result, making the whole thing more difficult. 13, 14, 15, deep breaths, lock in right through there. That's where you should be feeling it. Hip, right into the glute a little bit. 8 more seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, a common mistake that many people make when they do this is they let their head level drop too low. We want our head to be the highest point of our body, not like this, because obviously we're not gonna throw a kick like this. We're gonna have our head up so we can see that target. So if you can correct that, that is great. Head high, put all the strain right there, and that's what we need. We need to have that ability to slow lift those kicks up and get that extension. And again, it looks a little bit like maybe at the end, a ballet motion, but this is so important. It really is. If you are looking to improve this skill set, I'm gonna give you one more drill, because the 30 seconds out, you might be going, oh, okay, I can't do it, or I can, or I want more of a challenge, or I need more of a ease in, whatever. Remember, that one you can adjust to make the difficulty best for you, suited for you. You either go a little bit lower, or you go a little bit higher, or you just hold right there and you do something like little pulses up and down. What we're gonna do this time to increase the instability is we're gonna do circles with our pointed toe. And it makes a big difference what my toe does. If I kind of do this, it's not as hard as flexing out. We're gonna go right at hip level, and we're gonna do big, well, not big, but medium-sized circles as we hold for the whole 30 seconds. With these weights on, I'm feeling a little bit of extra pain today, but that's what I want. I wanted to see if I could make it through. Okay, let's do this. Other side, 30 seconds, and I'm back to here, and go. Yeah, so as I circle, I feel that extra instability, which means this leg is really having to work. This one having to do that extra little bit on the rise up, and then the control on the drop. You also might feel a little bit through your oblique. Halfway there. Switch directions on the circle, just so we're staying balanced. Ooh, yeah. 5 seconds. These little weights add definitely an extra bit of difficulty. And down. I had a movie with John Travolta years ago, I think called The Punisher. The Punisher, and at the end, the Punisher makes the guy hold a grenade extended out. And the further out you go with lightweight, the harder it gets. So that's what I'm feeling on this. Like, oh man, normally I could hold my leg up there for minutes. On this one, 30 seconds with the rotation is definitely starting to get to that cramping point. Other side, up, and circles one direction. Straight leg, or almost straight, just off that full extension. Ooh, and other way. I lost my balance there a little bit. Learning to recover the balance is important as well. This one feels a little stronger for me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're looking to get those kicks on point, do that. Do that a few times a day. You're sitting there cooking or something like that, and you have 30 seconds between having to flip your eggs or something like that. Oh, perfect. Just throw that leg up. There's lots of other exercises that you can do, things like bent legs, pulses up and down, that sort of stuff. But just getting out there and holding for 30 seconds, I think can be your main goal for now. And it'll help you so much on head level kicks, as long as you remember hips and shoulders move together. That's it, guys. Thanks for joining. I'll see you back here very soon.